Hello, guys, and welcome again to League of Dota Season 4. I am Scap from Four States Casting, and joining me today is the Barry White of Australia, Rock. How you doing, buddy?
Ah, hello.
Okay. He's So let's get into these picks. We're seeing the teams of next level, and from last game, we're following Team Burning now, who recently beat Witch Doctors Without Borders in the last game. I want to take a look at next level. They picked up the Mirana. Mirana's kind of been one of those picks lately, with that ultimate ability of hers, that Team Invis allows for great initiations. She could be a powerful offlaner, and let's not forget about that Sacred Arrow that is more of a spear. But anyway, it does great damage and is a powerful stun. Moving on to Nyx Assassin, we have he's a great ganker. He as well can go invis, and with his ultimate ability, he has very powerful right-click capability, and it's a great way to pick off some nice squishy supports like that Venomancer I see down there. He also has a stun that requires a little bit of skill to land, and that that the Spike
Spike
Carapace.
Carapace?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having to I don't know. I just had a brain fart there. But
No, you're right.
Spike Carapace. It's a great way for him to get in and to get out without much problems because anyone who hits him will get stunned. So,
Yeah,
Rock, you
that's
want to
right.
talk about Team Burning?
Yeah. So it's good seeing Nick's been picked up a little bit more. He's definitely kind of returned to that offlane position, which means we might see either a dual lane or we might see Mirana mid as well. I reckon, possibly, or a dual lane. But yeah, let's look at Team Burning. So very strong kind of carry off lane that they picked up first with Weaver, but then followed up with two very strong supports. Now, Ancient Apparition, extremely popular at the moment. We don't really need to go into him. They're very much because everyone's seen him. But Veno, we haven't really seen him a little bit lately since some of the nerfs in the latest patches. More so the 1-2 patches ago, not the latest patch, but the 2. But good to see him back. He's still very strong. It'll be interesting to see if he's going the Ganker build, which will be Poison Sting and Gale, or if he goes the pushing build, which is Poison Sting and Wards. And then on the next level, they've also got a support with the Lich.
Yeah, definitely. I saw that Lich, and with this new patch that's in, if Lich gets that Agnum Scepter, that Chain Frost is going to be bouncing forever, unless if somehow everyone just does a Delta split and does not let that thing bounce at all. But other than that, he's also a great support. He could sacrifice creep, which denies any sort of farm to the other side if he pulls it out before the line of scrimmage, but also gives him mana so he can constantly spam his first ability, which is a slow and a nuke, and he can keep his team armored up with that frost armor as well.
Yeah, so it's probably actually going to be a dual mid now. So Lich has been used a lot mid as a support mid for those exact reasons talked about the lane control. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see if they grab actually an Invoker or something like that now. But with that Lich ulti, you really need some more team fight if you really wanted to do a lot of damage. So you need a Darkseer or a Mag or something. So yeah, I'm not really too sure. I'm sure it'll be. I think it might be for the lane capabilities as opposed to the ulti. It doesn't look like they're going for a big ulti team.
Yeah, definitely. And I saw one of our most annoying and hated heroes on Team 4 States, Death Prophet. Rock, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, another one of these characters that was very popular and it's kind of died off a little bit, but it looks like Team Burning know what they want to do. So you've got AA ulti, which can help push creep. You've got the wards, and then you've got the Death Prophet ulti as well from the wards from Venomancer. So they do have quite a lot of push, and they'll probably just leave Weaver by himself to split push later on.
Yeah, all right. And now I'm seeing the Outworld Devourer. I could see him obviously being run in the mid lane. He's got great control with that imprisonment, which allows him to steal intelligence as well, so he can constantly spam that. And once he starts getting his essence aura up, he will also be able to spam his first ability, which is Arcane Orb, which will allow him to just pour out the right click damage. And let's not forget about his ultimate ability, which is based off of intelligence. So he will be doing a lot of massive damage to the lower intelligence heroes such as Venomancer and Weaver.
Yeah, that's if they catch the little Weaver. If they catch her. So let's look at these bands, eh? So the Team Burning band, so there wasn't going to be an Invoker, sorry, because we didn't even look at the bands, but Invoker, Lycan, Puck, Tinker, and Void. Well, Void to try and stop that kind of team fight that Next Level might be going for, but pretty interesting. They've gone for 3 mid bands, and you're very, popular pushing Lycan.
Yeah, Lycan's kind of one of those heroes that you either pick them or you ban them. Same with looking at next levels bans now with Ember Spirit. He's kind of one of those. Yeah, either you pick him up or you ban him straight away because they are just so powerful in this new meta. And next levels other bans include Viper, Abaddon, Storm Spirit, and Doombringer. So looks like they're trying to get rid of the extra carry that Team Burning may need because they are kind of lacking carry. They have Weaver and Death Prophet could carry potentially, but looks like Team Burning picks up the Clockwork. Clockwork's one of my personal favorites. I usually typically run him in the off lane. He's great once he gets 6. He can kind of just roam around and be very annoying, which is one of my favorite things to do whenever I play Dota. So that kind of makes him one of my personal favorites.
Oh, he's vastly powerful. And also to go with the AA as well, if you trap people in cogs, you can drop your AA ulti, you can Gale from Venomancer, or you can just sit there and eat a whole bunch of pain from Death Prophet. So yeah, pretty good pick. I like that. But they are lacking in carry, as you said. They're going this tri lane with the Weaver, which is also going to be quite interesting too. I don't think they'll dual lane, so yeah. I'm assuming that I think they're going to try and get their push on by 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I see this team, and it's just this wave of destruction, basically. So much push, so much lockdown. But the Timbersaw pick. So Timbersaw, very exciting. Rock, before I just bubble over, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, really interesting. We don't actually see all that much Timbersaw very much anymore, but very powerful, very great around, high mobility, great offlaner, and probably using him a little bit to, I guess stop a little bit of that push. So his ulti really can smash down a pushing team.
All right, looks like we are pausing a little bit. We're just gonna take a little bit of a moment. So while it's paused, I'm gonna introduce everybody really quickly. So we have Ian playing the Ancient Apparition. We have Makarov playing the Weaver. We have Josh on the Death Prophet, Mac on the Venomancer, and to round things out for Team Burn, we have Chompy Heart playing the Clockwork. Rock, do you want to introduce the Dire for me?
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so let's have a bit of a squiz. So on that timber, so we've got Nightmare. We've got, quite aptly, we've got Frozen on the Lich, which is a little bit apt, quite good. We've got Swordman on the Mirana. We have Airy Skywalk on the OD, and finish up we have D-Rag on the next assassin there.
Well, it looks like OD has a really cool set. I want to check that out. I mean, that's kind of cool. He's got a bunch of pieces. The dragon looks like it's the Dragon Forge set, which is kind of cool. So, oops, I accidentally had him on Mirana, but yeah, he's got the Dragon Forge set, which looks really sick in my opinion. I love that headpiece.
Yeah, and the Clockwork's got the new set too, I believe.
No, are you serious? Let's take a look at Clockwork. Oh,
no,
I was just like, no. Clock. I got really excited for a second there. I'm really digging that new Clockwork set. If I could get my hands on that new set, I'll be very happy.
Man, so much has been coming out lately from the workshop and everything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
really.
Dota's actually in a really exciting phase at the moment. We've got so many great characters that have seen a resurgence. We've still got a lot of those old carries and characters that were popular still being just as strong. So, for example, you can pick up a Death Prophet or a Veno. Do you know what I mean? Like from
Hmm.
or the Weaver, any from these old metas, and they're still just as strong. We also see some of these old school lane strats coming out too. Things like the Marana Bane. So I'm surprised actually they didn't go for that. I actually saw the Abaddon ban out, and that was so Burn could not dispel Marana's arrow. But yeah, it's just really exciting.
All right, looks like the pause has been undone, and we're going to get this game underway. We have the Mirana running off, looks like in the safe lane for her. She's going to be running along with the Nyx Assassin, and um, Timbersaw is going to be in the off lane, whereas Lich is going to be running in the towards mid, maybe. He's got a ward, so. But OD is running in with them as well, so I'm kind of wondering how that's going to turn out. Whereas we have in the Radiant side, we have Ancient Apparition running with the Weaver and the Venomancer, and we have Death Prophet running in for the mid lane, and looks like we have Clockwork in my absolute favorite position, the off lane.
And we've actually got the makings of a little bit something spicy to start off here because AA's got a smoke if he does decide to smoke up and try and get this gank on. But there's four on the other side just waiting for it. So it's yeah, a bit of a standoff.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how this is going to turn out. This is really starting to turn into one of those Mexican standoffs. Oh, but we have Murana walking up, trying to get a ward up, but it looks like he could have a little bit of trouble here, but he's going to leap away just in time. The bell has rung, and we're already seeing a whole heap load of aggression and dewarding already. There's just so much responsiveness already. This is just, nope. This is just a heap load of get this crap out
Yeah,
of here.
really high quality play. I just like to quickly point attention to these supports. So you had Venom coming out with a set of sentries and a set of observers, and he had a whole bunch of pulled tangos too that he'll probably give to a whole bunch of people, and also they'll have himself. And they were just waiting for that. They were watching out for that observer. They saw it. They put it down. They could destroy it straight off the bat. And as I said, AA also has a smoke ready to go as well. So these supports for the side of Burn doing a really good job. It's probably a similar situation. Oh, here we go. Bit of a gale happening.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a gale going on, but Lich is going to get out just in the nick of time. But we have AA still keeping up the harass on the Mirana, but he's going to back off as well. Looks like it's going to be, the action is going to be here, folks. We are going to be up in this top lane. This is where it's all going to be, right up here in top. So this is going to be pretty exciting. I mean, we do have the offlaners duking it out, but
And we just saw there a little bit of a classic example of just why sometimes the Agi supports are a bit hard to play early on. So he did one spell and already was like, below half on his mana costs and had to use a pot straight off the bat. Whereas if you look at Lich has, got an actual skill that gives him mana, so he's going to be a lot more durable early on in this lane. And we do have this kind of funky tri lane with the Nyx and a Lich and a Mirana, which we didn't really actually call, so that's quite interesting.
yeah, really, it was kind of interesting. And that Lich is going to be doing some serious work with that sacrifice, by the way. He's going to keep that creep equilibrium, like, right by tower. It's going to be,
Absolutely.
they're going to have full control of this creep wave.
And that frost armor on Nyx Assassin, if he goes in, is going to be fantastic as well.
Looks like we're already seeing a little bit of harass coming in on the ancient apparition, but he's gonna back off a little bit. He's still got another pool tango, which is good for him, and he's just gonna heal up a little bit. And looks like we're seeing a chilling touch going on, and just gonna let Weaver get some more last hits. It looks like Weaver has yet to pick up Germinate Attack. He's got his Sakuchi and he has the Swarm instead, so that's kind of interesting. So he wants that armor debuff early, it appears.
Now, Josh here in mid on the Death Prophet's just picked up a regen rune, so already getting a little bit of that rune control, which is so important. And really interesting that to see A really old school battle between Timber and Clockworks. That's really exciting down the bottom too.
Yeah. It's just the battle of the off lane of the solo off lanes just being it's just really interesting. I always like these games where it's like, the two where there's two tri lanes that are just kind of like there. It's a high action and high intensity, and we're just kind of waiting and see on something happening here. We got Chilling Touch going in on the Lich. Oh, we got
There's the
Gale
game.
going on, and there's the Gale, and there comes the freeze, and Lich is just going to get out. He's not going to be frozen in place.
So
I
he's
didn't.
actually going. He's actually going Gale wards this Veno, which is a little bit unusual because those wards aren't going to be hitting for anything without the poison sting. So
Yeah, really. But I kind of didn't really realize the combination of Ancient Apparition and Veno, the Gale being the massive slow that it is, and the Cold Feet being able to freeze folks in place is kind of going to be, could be really powerful and scary at the same time.
oh, bit of action down bottom. They're going for it. Timbersaw
Oh,
finally goes down.
oh man. Chompy with the first blood, the battle of the off lanes together, just, man, I just
Yeah, once he
barely
got to
got
the
that.
cogs, it was all over.
I
And it's interesting to watch out for this OD as well. So OD is actually coming down and grab this haste rune, so great control for him. And he hasn't even got a bottle. He's got 1500 sitting there, so he might go for a Midas or a push tick, something intel based or maybe something farming based. But he's definitely saving up for something.
Yeah, and meanwhile we just have Weaver just getting pelted by this Lich that's just using his Q and just kind of nuking him down slowly but surely. I really kind of want to keep this action up here up top because we already see. Look at this Nyx assassin. He's just running in. Looks like he could be maybe trying to get something going on here, but we see a big
Oh
arrow coming
wow!
in from the Mirana. Looks like Venomancer is going to be taken out. Lich is going to pick up that kill. Mirana's going to try as he might to run away, but she just can't do it dealing with the. Oh, but the cold touch, and it looks like Nyx could be in trouble here as well. Lich could be in trouble here now, but Lich is gonna go down as well. Oh no, he's not! No, he's not! Oh, man,
So
if
that
I
salve
was,
saved him then.
yeah, it did. Oh man, if I was Lich right now, I would be clenching my left butt cheek. I'm not kidding.
Absolutely.
Like,
And some people might think, oh, we wasted that salve or whatever it was, but that's 115 for that salve as opposed to 250 plus giving the other team money for a death. So that was spot on, so worth it.
totes worth it. Like that wasn't. There's no denying that. Looks like we got another pause. Let's kind of take a look at the last hits graph. I had it up for a while. Looks like we have Clockwork in the lead with last hits, followed off with Outworld Devourer. And then we have everyone else trailing off with DP, Weaver, and Timbersaw, and so on and so forth. Um, I want to take a look at hero level. Looks like Clockwork is top in the charts at level 7. That first blood doing some serious work for him. And also Death Prophet level 6 as well, standard in the mid lane. And yeah, and look at the level distribution. After Death Prophet and
Nyx
Clockwork,
is on level 2.
yeah. Oof.
Which is kind of sometimes what happens when you're a bit of a roaming ganker, and then all you need to do is get a kill or a double kill, and he'll be straight back up with the others. So
Yeah, he's just playing a very careful game right now. He's kind of lying waiting when it would be good to stun. Oh, looks like Timbersaw, though, picked off the Clockwork. It's tick for tack. He's like, all right, I see your first blood, and I'll raise you a kill back. I'm not letting you get away with that.
yeah, pretty good effort. Now this Veno has just got a strange build. He hasn't picked up any poison sting yet. Yes, he's going the wards, so maybe he just doesn't think it's worth it. Maybe he wants. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Well, the wards are doing work by getting rid of that pole camp, though. I mean,
Definitely doing work.
so it helps. And
Yes, it's clear the strategy. That's just how they want to control the lane. It's actually a pretty good little idea.
And also, once he gets early wards up, it will help the Death Prophet with the pushing too. Once they start deciding to roam together. Oh, big Mirana arrow, but it's a swing and a miss. And we're just gonna go back to farming again. It's just we're just kind of waiting. You know, anything could happen up here in this top lane. I'm really keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, it's really really kind of passive game in regards to the fact that it's 7 minutes 30, and we haven't seen any roaming at all yet. So all lanes staying exactly where they are. You got Timbersaw versus Clockwork just fighting it out, and they're still going at it. Look at them down there. Timbersaw's almost about to go down.
Oh man, Clockwork with the hook and battery assault, picking off the Timbersaw once again. But
Oh,
Buck in the
now
top
Mirana's
lane.
in trouble.
Looks like we got Weaver trying to get away, but Mirana is gonna leap away. Maybe she's low. She's got the weave, and the Weaver's on him, and she's gonna pick off the Ancient Apparition before she bites the dust. But Weaver could be in trouble here. We got Nyx Assassin. It's insect on insect, but Nyx Assassin could be in trouble here. He's taken a lot of damage from that tower, and the creeper hitting him so hard. Can he get out? He's gonna get out.
Goodness.
Oh. Oh man, and that flare, if that flare hit, oh lordy. Oh lordy.
Well, we've got an Invis Death Prophet here. He's going to cause some serious trouble.
Oh man, that Death Prophet ulti is gonna clean up the Nyx Assassin. She's gonna go in though. Frost Armor is up on the Nyx. I mean on the Lich. Lich, oh, not gonna get out. Nope. Just gonna flip that table with her Crypt Swarm, and she's gonna keep this push on in the top lane. Looks like top tower is gonna be going down fast.
Yeah, so that was a nice rotation. And as we talked about OD before, he actually went straight Midas. So looks like they really want a bit of a more late game kind of version of OD today. And all Weaver is bringing in the pain, but OD's just going to ball him and get out.
This Venomancer is keeping the push on with those wards. Those wards are doing some serious work. And he's...
Timbersaw, sorry to cut you off. Timbersaw actually took that Clockwork again too.
Oh man, I just missed that too. Yeah. But they got top tower. And now Timbersaw is coming in. He's got his Chakram, and he's going to go in after the Death Prophet. Death Prophet is in trouble here. He's going to get picked off, but Weaver picking off the Timbersaw, not going to happen. But Weaver could be in trouble here from the Lich, and we're getting mana burned to the face from Nyx Assassin, picking off the Nyx.
I think the Mirana also got him with an arrow to start that off.
Yeah, I forgot to say that too. It's just, man.
It's a really busy game, absolutely.
It's kind of one of those, like, it's slow, it builds up, and then, boom! We're just going to throw everything at once. And it's just like, oh, okay. Here we go. We're all here for the ride.
Yeah, that's it. So we actually got a bit of a rotation bottom. So we actually see AA might be possibly going down bottom. But yeah, it's really been, we've chosen our lanes. Let's just stay there and make the best of it. And everyone's just been doing their own thing. Like tri-lane versus tri-lane, mid versus mid, Clockwork versus Timbersaw. Everyone's on equal footing. And neither team has decided to mess with that.
Yeah, and looks like there is kind of a lull in the game at the moment. We're just kind of like waiting around. So we all know what that means. It's time to look at some graphs. Let's take a look at gold earned. And Team Burn with that tower has brought them at 2,500 gold advantage. And let's take a look at experience. Experience is very variable. People are dying, so it's pretty much even, but it is in next level's favor at the moment. So back to the game. Looks like we got a big push going on in the mid lane. Those Venomancer wards and just slowly making their way on that tower being put out. And he's got Poison Sting now.
Yeah, just one that, but maybe that's actually quite a good tower build. If you don't want the wards to hit the actual
Big Mirana arrow though on the Death Prophet. Chain Frost is in. The bounces are up. Looks like we got a big hook coming in from the Clockwork. Clockwork got the cogs in. He's going after, though DOD is going down. We got a big ult from the Death Prophet, and Death Prophet is going to be going down from the Chakram. And looks like Timbersaw is in a lot of trouble. Is he going to get out? He's going to get out just in the nick of time. Everyone is so low on the next level side. And Timbersaw is just going to slowly, oh, wow. But Clockwork is here. And he's going to just work. He's going to take that tower. The tower is going to go down. They really want that
You
tower.
can't mess with this Timbersaw though. Not at all.
Timbersaw
Look at
though.
that. See the way he's pushing back that?
Timbersaw taking out the Clockwork, and Venomancer could be in trouble here. He's picking off the Venomancer with the. Oh my goodness! Woo! That Timber Chain doing so much work there.
So much work. It's so durable as well. And so he could just sit there in that quarter life and still really smash down the others. And did you just notice how that shotgun was just so good at anti-push? They just couldn't group up to try and take that tower then.
I know they got the tower, but they paid for it with their lives.
So we're going to mech up on Death Prophet. So it looks like they're going to be trying to just rotate every time that ult is up. They're going to keep going for it. So that's up again in 30 seconds.
Yeah, in the last game too, Death Prophet was Josh played a Viper who picked up mech, so it seems like Josh is like the mid who picks up mech.
Yeah, and so they like early team fight, which makes sense if you look at their team. It's a very early game. They've only chosen really one carry, and the rest of the team is very early to mid game.
Yeah, but this Timbersaw is really taking off as well, so we need to keep an eye on that. He's level 12, and the next highest level is 10 from Clockwork.
So this hero level discrepancy or disparity is still really increasing. I just flicked it on, and Timsaw's up there in 12, and Nyx Assassin, even though they're on the same team, Nyx is down there in 5, and same with Veno. So showing just why it was so easy for him to take on those supports before. He's doubled their levels.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Timbersaw. Once he snowballs, he gets out of control, and it's just kind of a big deal. We've seen pushing on two fronts here, bottom lane and mid lane, and looks like we have Timbersaw trying to defend that, but we have the Death Prophet ulti up as well. This bomb tower is going to go down. It's just going to go down.
And they've actually got double mana boots there, one on the Venom, one on the AA as well. So that is their plan. They've got lots of mana, lots of early health, and they're just going to run around and just try and push tower after tower.
Death Prophet picking off the bomb tower, and we're seeing some response coming in from the mid lane. Glyph was used in the mid lane. Looks like we got Weaver coming in as well. Death Prophet with the silence. Weavers are up, and it looks like Lich could be in trouble here. He's trying to get out, and the Mirana ulti is up. Whew.
What a great Mirana ulti. Definitely saving Lich's bacon there.
So far, this is twice I've seen Lich just... Big Mirana arrow, though. Clockwork. Ow! Clockwork getting the deny instead. That man, if that arrow just went 2 inches further, like, he would have been... That would have been a big arrow.
It's interesting, actually. If you look at the build on Mirana, and I'm talking about her objects there, she's gone for 2 slips of agility, a bracer, and some phase boots, and it really shows that Mirana, one of her weaknesses is she just doesn't have much attack, damage. So as you can see, she's really boosting that up. And once you get a little bit of damage on Mirana, you can really start to snowball. You can last hit better. You can start to kill heroes. So I don't necessarily disagree, even though it doesn't go anywhere. The build that she's gone for, I don't disagree with it. I think it's using the character correctly. Oh, within the bounds of whatever we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things is that she has no damage at all, and she could be, I wonder if she's going to go Diffusal Blade this game or if she will get Desolator this game. But Clockwork, eyeing the Mirana, trying to maybe force some sort of a leap out of her. Oh, he popped the cogs. Mirana's trying to get away, and she's hiding out in the trees, but Timbersaw coming in after the Clockwork. Clockwork could be in trouble here, but the arrows just swung and a miss. Whew. But we got Clockwork in a heap load of trouble here, but Venomancer with the ulti on the Clockwork. Clockwork could be in trouble here. He's going to back out as well, but
no,
the
that
flare.
On the Timber, but I don't... Yes, it did. He got it.
Yeah.
He got it on him.
Timbersaw is trying to get out. He's going to get out fine. That reactive armor, so much heals.
I wasn't sure if he actually got that ulti on him then, to Veno, on the Timbersaw, but he definitely did.
Yeah, it was very close. It was like one of those, like, just on the lips of the veil, the Nova. Just...
Right on the luscious lips.
I don't know. The brim, the edge. brain fart.
Void.
That area. Looks like it's a battle of the insects in the mid lane. We got Nyx Assassin trying to get a little bit of farm going on here, but Weaver's level 11. He's almost double Nyx Assassin's level, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Back in bottom lane though, that's where it's going on. We're seeing a little bit of a push going on in the bottom lane. Frost armors are being put on for the Timbersaw. Timbersaw is just doing some serious work for them. That chakram, the counter pushing, it's allowing like people like OD to farm.
Yeah, I really like him as well. He's such a strong, character, and it really showed like Clockwork and Timbersaw are pretty much equated as equal or equals, but he's definitely had kind of the advantage in those one-on-ones and subsequently the rest of the pickoffs and whatnot.
That's the other problem too. You could see that big fight going in. Chakram is down. AA is down as well. Looks like we're seeing a big DP ult going in as well. Cogs are up. Chain Nova is up. It's bouncing everywhere. We're seeing a dominating streak coming in on Timbersaw. AA ult coming in as well. We're seeing Mirana getting beaten down on the Clockwork. Looks like we're seeing a big ulti coming in from the OD, and we're just seeing a full-on team wipe. Burn.
Team wipe. That was huge.
We saw a buyback though. We saw a couple buybacks though from the AA, and I believe no, it was. I just mostly saw the AA because of the AA ult. So it could have been just the AA, but they're gonna turn this into a push. Nyx Assassin is gonna try and maybe get something going on here, but he just can't. That tower's going down. Just missed the deny from the Lich. Just missed the deny, and they're just getting so many towers right now, and there's so much gold. Speaking of gold, let's take a look at gold. Let's look at current gold. This Death Prophet, 2,900 gold. Well, let's look at net worth. That's better. Death Prophet with 8k gold, followed up by the Weaver with 7k gold, and just behind him is this Outworld Devourer, and Outworld Devourer has Midas, so it's like Weaver's keeping up.
He's catching up.
Yeah, he's catching up, but Weaver is keeping up with a Midas Outworld Devourer. There's a little lull in the game, so let's take a look at the major graphs. Let's look at experience earned. Looks like it's still variable. Next level, still in the lead, but after that fight, it's going back in Burn's direction. And let's take a look at difference in gold. Looks like Team Burn is got the gold advantage again, and it's approaching 7,500 gold in their team's coffers.
Yeah, because they've definitely got a few more towers, and they've kind of been controlling the momentum of the game. But I'm sure that next will start to get some money back. But Burn have just put up a massive stack here mid. They're all getting into it. So I'm sure that's going to add a little bit more to their gold and their EXP.
Oh yeah, definitely. Look at just what a stack, man. Like, whew.
Oh, it was massive. 4, I think.
Yeah, there was something going on there. Like, they were stacking just quietly while we weren't watching. That's not fair. They were sneaky.
Now this Nyx Assassin down bottom is trying a bit of a squeeze around, but no one in the jungle for him to pick off, and he's still looking quite poor. He's almost got his Dagon.
Yeah, he's getting there, but he had a rough start, so we'll just have to. He'll get. I'm rooting for him. He's the underdog.
Well, I tell you what, looking at the kills, deaths, assists, this Timbersaw is just going absolutely batshit crazy on. He's 7 for 4 for 3. Like,
Yeah,
7 for 3, sorry, so it's just huge numbers for early on. 7 kills this early is great.
Yeah, he's also got 4 deaths though, so I'm looking at the ratios, and Weaver and Death Prophet have like the higher ratios as far as kills, deaths, and assists go. So they haven't been dying as much.
But Clockwork's also got 4 deaths, so if you look at them, if you look at the 2 offlaners, they've both got a reasonably about the same deaths, but Timber's got 4 more kills. So. So like, I guess he's doing right against Clockwork, but yeah, I know what you mean. He has died quite a few times.
Yeah. But still, I mean, look at him. He's got his Percy. He's got his point booster. He's gonna get a Bloodstone pretty soon. I mean, he could easily dismantle his Arcane Boots, and he will be well on his way to a Bloodstone. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of a rotation coming in from the bottom lane and going after the Mirana maybe. Mirana got flared. She's playing safe. She's being careful, but we're seeing wards coming in from the Venomancer, and we have Clockwork hanging out. He's just gonna start pushing. He knows if he tries to hook, Mirana's just gonna leap away. So, and
Yeah.
they're just gonna turn this into a push. Actually, looks like we're gonna see Team Burn. They're gonna start to push this bottom lane a little bit with the creep. Death Prophet does have her ulti, but we're seeing a lot of pings on her, and they're saying, "Hey, let's get back." I don't know if I like this, so they're gonna back up a little bit. We do see a smoke coming in. AA still has that smoke, and it has been released, so they are all invis. They are looking to maybe get something going on here. Looks like
Oh,
they're going
Rush.
after
Oh, the
Roshan, but
Timbersaw
the
spotted it.
Timbersaw spotted it. He spotted it, and it looks like Nyx Assassin's got his ultimate up. He's ready and gonna wait to pick somebody off here, but the sentries are up as well. Nyx needs to get out, but he just can't do it. Getting picked off from the Clockwork and the Death Prophet. They're gonna turn this around. They're gonna keep going after Roshan. So even though they know that Roshan is being taken out, they're gonna still keep this fight on. Death Prophet's got her ulti up. She's gonna do some serious damage on that Roshan. He's going down very fast.
Yeah, so they've got a really good chance of getting this now. There's really not much the next level can do. What's interesting is this double damage rune has been sitting up top for about 2 minutes now. No one's seen it or grabbed it yet.
Huh, interesting.
That's an instant kill if anyone can use it right.
The other thing too is that this Outworld Devourer has not been in the fights yet. He's just been farming away. So he's got his Midas. He's working on a BKB, it looks like, and I'm assuming once he gets BKB, he'll be more willing to get into the fights. But I was more expecting maybe more of an intelligence item, maybe, as opposed to BKB. But we'll see how BKB works out for him. They do have a lot of magic damage, so he'll have to find a way to deal with that soon. It's kind of slowed down. The lanes are kind of pushed up in next level's direction. Um, we have Weaver responding to the Outworld Devourer, farming away. And
Yeah, it's definitely kind of just slowed down a little bit as they work out what they want to do, and neither team really committed. But I tell you what, Burns definitely got the majority of the map control. They've got sentries out everywhere, and they've had really good sentry and kind of invis control of this game. And there's been quite a few times that Nyx has tried to sneak in, and he's just been punished for it. He tried to do it back at the Rosh, and yeah, he got punished for that. And so they're coming down here for this push on the bottom. I don't think they've got DP ulti up, but they don't need it for every tower. It's really they've got the extra money advantage now and level advantage that they can just take on tower.
Nyx Assassin, though, running in after the Death Prophet. Death Prophet getting just gangbanged with everybody, and it looks like a big cogs coming in from the Clockwork. Clockwork using Blade Mail, getting himself a double kill. The bounces are everywhere. Wow. He got himself a double kill right before he died. That was just the final, like, in your face.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. It was great. Cogs got a couple of them there, and they just got cleaned up. They couldn't get away from that AA ulti.
Oh, man. But looks like Death Prophet, though, has her own Bloodstone, so she was able to get up very quickly. And she has a Staff of Oblivion, so that could be turned into an Orchid, or she may even go Refresher. I kind of wanted to see, like, double spirits going on. That'd be kind of crazy if that works.
I don't think you can get them both at the same time, but you can definitely have two of them.
Which helps. Because I know, like, Razor's ultis stack if you do, like, if you do it on WTF mode, but I don't know if Death Prophets do. Looks like we're seeing a nice aggregation in the bottom lane, though. Both teams, everyone's hanging out. We could be seeing smoke, maybe. I don't see smoke, but we're just kind of waiting on the push a little bit. Looks like Next Level is backing out. But Burn is going in. They just want this tower. They want to get the peripherals. They just need to start getting towers. It's the problem with these push teams. They really are under the obligation to push right now because
They've got to keep going. That's right. They've got to keep that momentum up. They've got to keep that kind of goal.
Big Mirana arrow on the Venomancer though. Venomancer is gonna go down. The big ulti from the Outworld Devourer. Everyone's throwing their ultis down. A big ulti coming in from the Ancient Apparition, picking up a double kill, and we have Death Prophet using her ulti to try to take out Tower. Tower is going to go down. Looks like we have a pick-off coming in from Weaver. Weaver going after the Mirana. Mirana is going to go down.
Oh.
Triple kill. A double kill for the Ancient Apparition. 4 men are down. We got Timbersaw trying as he might to keep the push from going too much out of control with his chakram, but it looks like they're going to back out now.
That was amazing. So they got the great initiation there and took out the Veno straight off the bat. So that entire fight was without the Veno ulti from Burn. So that's pretty impressive that they actually absolutely turned that back around. And poor old OD, first fight that he's come in melted within a second of getting in that fight.
I know. Just, that hurt.
So, like, even though he's got that BK... Has he got the BKB up? He's got the BKB up, but it just wasn't enough, and he got absolutely smashed. I mean, DP's spirits are physical, aren't they?
Yep, and that's a big problem. So I'm kind of not sure if the BKB was a good choice. I mean, me personally, I don't know, I would maybe look into some sort of intelligence item, but...
Maybe a Shivers might have been a bit better, but...
Yeah, but, that's just my opinion. But, looks like we got a pause. So, Rock, you know what that means? You need to start talking for me a little bit. What are you thinking about Next Level right now? What do you think they need to do? How do you think they stand? Talk
it's
to me.
Interesting. I'm in two minds. This game is definitely not over, and it's going to come down to, I think, probably a few key fights is what it's going to come down to, because we've still got the full base there, and Next Level is being quite reserved and hanging back. So look, I expect to see, if they do try and mount the curve, then there's definitely going to be an all-in team fight there, and that Weaver's looking strong, the Clockwork looking strong too, and so is Death Prophet, so it's going to be really, really hard to hold them out. But I'm not saying that they can't do it. The OD just needs, he just needs another item. He just, unfortunately, is just not ready to go. And the Nyx is still supporting Brown Boots, so they're really struggling. But it's not all over, I would say. It'll come down to Rosh as well. I think the next team to get Rosh is going to be a big indicator of who's controlling this game. There's not so much about having the Rosh, which is important, but as you saw before, you saw one team, which was Burn, dominate the Rosh. So even though Next Level knew that they could knew that Rosh was going on, they couldn't do anything about it. And that's really important too, because that like ensures map dominance, that ensures you carry the ability to fight and all these things. So
Speaking of Roshan, we also need to keep in mind that Weaver does have Aegis, so they are probably considering doing something with it. But anyway, the game is back on. We have unpaused. Looks like we're seeing a nice little aggregation coming in from Next Level. In the top lane, we're just kind of hanging out a little bit. It's slow. It's kind of slow. It was after the fight, so everyone's just kind of like, yeah, let's farm up a little bit. We're gonna take a stack.
I just want to quickly draw your attention. Now, if we look quickly at the Radiant jungle, you see Veno's jungling. Now, I don't want to be rude and I don't want to be obnoxious or anything, but I'm just going to say this is definitely not the way you jungle with Veno. If you look over to the creep camp beside it, it didn't spawn because he still had Veno wards in there. And this one won't spawn too if it respawns, the ward's still in there. So you should always do it with your wards out of the creep camp, not in the creep camp.
Well, I mean, that's something good to know. It's something that we should keep in mind, and that's a good factor that's going to limit farm. But we do have a push going on in the top lane. Mirana trying to get the top tower, but it ain't going to happen. Looks like we see a Blink Dagger on Venomancer, trying to get something going on here, but Mirana's like, nope, I am out.
She did straight away.
We saw a little bit of a confrontation between Nyx Assassin and the Death Prophet, but Death Prophet and Nyx Assassin just kind of split off and didn't really want to do much of anything.
So it's a bit of a shame that this Veno just popped his ulti like that. Like, that's such a really big ulti just to on spec try and catch a Mirana who's probably not even there.
Yeah, we're really kind of banging on this Venomancer.
No, I'm not banging on this Venomancer. Absolutely not. I'm just saying I wish he had that to fight more and be able to smash more in the fight.
Yeah, it looked good though because he does have Blink, one of my personal favorites. So.
Oh yeah, Veno Blink's awesome.
Oh man, but we got a big arrow on from the Mirana, Chain Frost, and an ultimate from the. Oh my goodness! Just the bounces from the chain, and we got AA in a heap load of trouble. But we got Cogs coming up on the Clockwork. Clockwork is going to go down from the Chakram. AA is going to go down as well. So is Venomancer. We got a double kill coming in and a team wipe.
That was all OD then. So that time they didn't kill the OD on spec when he came in. That time he was able to orb someone, drop his ulti on everyone, and then pick off the supports that were left over. So he got AA and Veno just with an easy cleanup, plus whoever else he took out with his ulti.
Oh man, and and it looks like he's got his ultimate orb, so that could be a sheep stick. I'm assuming that's going to be that side of the Faiz that we are looking for, so some sort of intelligence item. But let's take a look at hero. Oh, I'm sorry. But I wanted to take a look at hero levels, and OD just kind of came up. He's level 19. And so is Timbersaw. They're keeping that lead of levels, which is very important for them. And looks like we're going to get a top tower taken. OD could be in trouble here, feeling the AA ult, and everyone's TPing in. He's going to TP out, though.
Yeah, it's my move.
I wouldn't want to deal with that. We're seeing a little bit of a... looks like it could be the battle of hooks here. Looks like Timber Chain wins the hook battle. Clockwork couldn't quite catch the Timbersaw. Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a little bit of pushing coming in from next level, but we're getting a lot of responsiveness coming in from Team Burn as well. And so we're just going to have to see how this plays out, I think.
Yeah, they've got that tower advantage and they want to keep it. So good job at defending those towers. Sometimes it's very tempting just to trade towers, but if you've already got lots of towers, then it's far better for you to defend all the towers you've got.
Speaking of towers, I kind of want to take a look at the gold advantage that they have right now. Team Burn is losing the gold advantage, by the way. That big fight they had before was not good, and they're losing the gold advantage very quickly. And looking at experience earned too, it was relatively even, but now all of a sudden it is massively in next level's
favor. Yeah,
favor,
that's right.
with 75,000.
Now there's double damage in that they really need to get in and get, because it's just going to get taken away.
Yeah, I mean, this double damage room is just kind of hanging out here. I don't know, like, we're just kind of like, it's kind of one of those moments, again, where it's just like, ooh, we're just going to hang out here. But Weaver saw the double damage rune, and he's going to pick that up. So much damage already. He's going to be hitting for over 300, and he's got Desolator. Looks like they could be going after Roshan as well. They can, especially with Weaver.
Oh, no, Timbersaw seen them. He's thrown in that chakra, so they once again.
Big Mirana arrow on the Clockwork though, but Clockwork's going to get out just in time. We're seeing flares going on. Venomancer wards are doing some work on the Roshan. Roshan is slowly going down. So, and it looks like we got a Death Prophet ulti going on the Roshan as well. Mirana arrow coming in, hitting the clockwork. Roshan is gonna go down. Weaver picking up the Aegis, and it looks like BKBs are up and ultis are on as well. Looks like we have a big ultimate coming in from the Outworld, and he's on a killing spree as well. Refresher Orb was on the Death Prophet as well, so we got a second set of spirits going up as well. More fighting is going on. So many abilities are being used. The Death Prophet throwing down so much damage with that ulti of hers, and looks like we have Weaver trying to pick someone off. He did have to blow his Aegis, but he's going to give a little bit of chase to the Outworld. Outworld's going to TP out just in the nick of time, though.
Once again, it was a pretty even fight, but Burn just shown that they had that control. They were happy to use the DP ulti on that, and they ended up getting that Rosh. And the Aegis is down already. It did get burnt. I think just the control of that, making sure the next level didn't have it, is very important because they are starting to balance out. As we said, this OD is starting to definitely come online and start to wreck.
Yeah, he's really starting to come online, and he's going to start becoming a problem. I mean, Death Prophet does have Refresher Orb, which is kind of a big deal, because being constantly dealing with those spirits is just so powerful. And just one ulti is bad enough, but two in a row is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it'll last the entire team fight. But I'm wondering what this OD. Oh, you're right. He went straight for Stuff of Eyes, so he's got that huge item now. So this OD is going to be massive.
Yeah, I'm kind of I was waiting on that. He's got his intelligence item now, so he's going to start hitting hard. He's going to be carrying this now. He's starting to become online.
But this Weaver's got a Reaver now, so I'm assuming he's probably going to be turning that into
a heart or abyssal. I mean, a heart maybe. I don't know. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, Reaver is a very high strength item, which is kind of weird. You would think he'd go Lincoln's, but nah.
Or maybe even Butterfly. It's something that's going to help him, because Heart's not going to help him very much damage-wise.
We see a big deny coming in on Outworld. And that's kind of a big deal. That's just furthering the map control that Burn has currently. They still have all of their tier 2s, and next level still needs to tap into that tower gold. So they have that advantage, but they're slowly losing their grip. And with these push teams like this, we always say here at Four States, if you don't take racks within 30 minutes, you could be in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, well, it depends, yeah. If that's what your strat is, if you haven't planned for a strat after the 30-minute mark, then you're in a bit of trouble. That's when the game changes. That's when these carries come online and things like that. I saw an interesting item before on. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so gem on the Veno there as well. So obviously just for a little bit of cleaning up, and probably to keep up, get rid of that Nixes too.
Yeah, and with that Mirana ult, it's just kind of like, in my honest opinion, when it comes to Mirana, it's kind of like 20 mids, get a gem, and just group together, and that's like your best chance. Because with that Mirana ult, it's such a powerful initiation, and if you can't detect it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely right. And as you can see, there's that big blue drawing on the map there, and they're saying be careful of that jungle. These guys are missing. And I think both teams are getting ready to really start getting stuck into each other. They're both starting to respect the power of each other's teams, so they're both huddling up as a 5-pack. They don't want to be caught out. And yeah, I think they're just biding their time, trying to work out if they are strong enough to try and mount the curb and start wailing on the base towers.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering to see or if just they're gonna let this Outworld Devourer farm. He's just farming. I'm looking at this net worth on him right now. He's got 17k. I mean, he's rolling in dough.
Yeah, and they're also in levels too now. So what was before Timbers and OD were a little bit behind. Now they're all on 20. But oh, he's on 21. But Death Prophet's on 22, and so is Weaver's on 19. So it's not too far out.
Hmm.
But these runes are still just sitting there. There's a haste rune that normally would have been snapped up straight away. It's just been sitting there for about 5 minutes, which is quite amazing.
Yeah, they really aren't caring about the runes this game.
Just not. Yeah, it's definitely about kind of map control, but not so much about rune control.
Well, there is yet again another lull in the game, so let's take a quick peek at gold, and we can see Burn is keeping up with the farming and gold in general, but it is slowly moving into Next Level's favor because Next Level is just farming so much. They have the Midas on OD, but we're looking at experience, and it fluctuated a little bit from a previous fight from Team Burn moving into their direction, but it's moving back down in Next Level's direction with 7,500 experience in their team in general. Looks like the teams are just both farming up. I mean, it's kind of slowed down. Like, it was this high action, high intensity game before, but all of a sudden it just slowed down.
I'm not sure if it's just massive respect out of these teams for each other. They're just both reluctant to kind of jump in and really try and push the other teams to the limits. But we do have a bit of a gank here from the Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin's got his ultimate. He's also got haste. He also picked up that haste rune. He's moving in, maybe try to get something going on here, but he's pretty weak. But he's gonna hit the Death Prophet, but the arrow on the Death Prophet as well. Death Prophet is gonna get away though.
I think maybe it hit the creep.
Maybe
Somehow.
it hit the creep. That was really
just been out of range. I'm not sure, but just missed it.
that seemed like it seemed really a short stun from the distance. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Probably hit the creep.
I don't think that arrow hit. Yeah, she would have been toast.
Yeah. She would have been in some heap of trouble. Looks like, speaking of Death Prophet, though, she picked up her Mystic Staff, so that could be turned into a sheep stick. She could be going Shivas. Yeah, I wonder what that's going to turn into. She still has her brown boots.
I'd say probably a sheep stick for this OD. I'm assuming they're all starting to get a little bit worried about him.
I would be. He's just farming away.
And he's so good at this meta at the moment. Like, he's definitely going to be coming back. People are going to realize because he's got that huge AOE ulti, which is just massive damage. He's got disable, and you know he's quite a really strong mid that's great against some of these invokers and some of the other mids that are dominating mid at the moment. So expect to see a little bit more of AD.
Looks like we got a little bit of a Mirana ult going in to maybe see if they could pick someone off. Mirana arrow, big swing and a miss. And they're just going to back out now.
Yeah, this rush has still got a bit of time to go.
Yeah,
smoke gank. So throwing a bit of smoke on. The old smoke of deceit. And I don't know if you can hear your Rosh music, so I'll make some Rosh music for you. That's my scary Rosh music.
I
don't think they're going to rush. I think they're actually going to go for ganks. I wonder who do you think they're going to go on? Possibly this Nyx Assassin?
It could be Nyx Assassin. I think they'll just take whoever they could pick out first. It might be the Timbersaw, just because of his positioning. And they don't know. They kind of are going in blind, so... But... Looks like nothing really came of it. It just kind of,
Yeah, they're having to pull back, and they really want to try to make Burn, come into the base if they want to fight. It's really quite interesting strategy. They're refusing to fight, just refusing to. They're saying, "No, you've got to push, team. We're going to make you push."
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
We're just going to sit back and farm.
And I'm kind of wondering, what Burn's thinking about right now. I don't know if if they're just kind of like, we'll wait too. We have a Weaver. Um, we also have a Death Prophet. I don't know if they're just thinking, God, we got to push, but we're scared. Um, I don't know. It's kind of been really slow. Like this game just slowed down. Like all of a sudden it was like at this high speed, fast paced game, and it just someone really cranked the slow button, or switch
Yeah,
knob.
I think it's because both teams are actually kind of really developing at the same speed. So no one's really had a clear advantage at any time. So no one's really been able to snowball or just keep pushing and make the game their favour. But this Weaver did end up getting that hard, and he is pretty tanky. He's going to have this Aegis probably soon too. So let's put the Death Prophet. So
Yeah,
this
Death
might be the
Prophet
time.
is gonna take that Roshan, but they know next level knows that Roshan is gonna be taken down. Weaver is gonna pick up Aegis. This is Cheese now. Cheese is here. Who's gonna pick up Cheese? I wonder. Looks like Clockwork's gonna pick up Cheese, which is good for him because he could just run right in, Cheese up, and when he takes damage, and he could just keep on fighting. Um, they are going to get this push on mid, though. They need to get this push. Team Burn needs to get this going here because reasons. I mean, look at this OD. He's so powerful right now. We do have a second ulti coming in from the Death Prophet because of Refresher, so that's going to be doing a lot of damage. The Mountie...
Yeah, I quite like that pickup of the Refresher. It's done quite a lot of work, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been doing some serious work, and this tower is going to go down. Keep in mind the glyphs are still up, and the tower is going to be standing with 1 HP, just barely, but it's going to go down very quickly. We're seeing some fights going in. Chain Frost is going in. We got a big ulti from OD. Venomancer ult is up as well. People are dying. Clockwork is out. So is Death Prophet. We got Aegis being procced on the Weaver, and it looks like everyone else has died. Weaver's going to try pick off the OD. It's a big fight between OD and Weaver. OD is gonna imprison himself. He's gonna take out OD, and he's gonna die though. He's gonna die though. Nope, not gonna happen. You guys got all excited, didn't you? And nope, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, that was close. So Weaver showing these, he's definitely got the damage output, or maybe a little bit more would be nicer because it did take him a long time to whack down that OD. But yeah, they got smashed as soon as that OD opened, and that's what we're talking about. They're just saying, look, you want to group up. As soon as you do, we're going to drop everything on you. Lich ulti, Timber Chakram, OD ulti. It just hurts.
Yeah, and this Timber Saw is doing so much work right now as well. Like, he could just constantly throw that Chakram out now because he's got Bloodstone, and that's just constant damage. And he's just tanking everything as well. Looks like we got...
He's in trouble now.
Oh, he's in trouble now, though. He's got BKB. He's got a Timber Chain out, though, just in the nick of time. We're seeing a big push coming back in mid. It's just going to turn back around. Clockwork is trying to get the Timber Saw, but it's not going to happen. He's going to instead hook the Lich. Lich has been silenced. He's going to be in trouble. He's going to go down. He is dead. He's deader than a door now.
And no timber Chain for Lich there.
Finally, this game is starting to pick up again. I was like, oh, guys, please. Guys, come on.
What are you doing?
I want to
Get
watch.
off your tractors, you farmers.
I know, seriously, this isn't Farming Simulator 2013. This is Dota 2. And yes, that's a game.
We want digital violence, damn it.
I want blood! So it looks like we're going to get another push going on in the mid tower. They did take mid tower last time, and the glyph is down. Keep that in mind. Death Prophet is going to throw down her ulti, and those racks are going to be feeling it. Lich isn't there to throw down. Big Marana arrow, though. Death Prophet could be in trouble here. BKBs are up, and everyone's throwing shit down, and it's getting serious. Oh, man, this OD is just throwing everything down as well. Death Prophet just going back in where she was. She's got TP boots, and they're just going to keep this push down. And looks like the mid racks is gonna go down, but Death Prophet is going to be taken out in the price of it. She's going to be taken, and she's, yep. A whole wipe for the racks. I don't know.
I don't think it's worth it, especially not if they can come back and get a tower or two in return.
That was intense. They're just throwing down so much right now. Next
So
level.
tanky. This big heavy on the Timbersaws doing work. That lets him hang around and really fight hard. Um,
Same with
the
OD.
OD's got his shivers too. See, he's just massive, hugely tanky.
I mean, they're just slowly whittling down this tower. They don't seem to have a whole lot of pushing power, however. It almost like they have the timber saw, but it's like they're just slowly trying to, I mean, the push seems almost slow. Like everyone's getting back up before, they even have a chance. But
Yeah, that's
look at
right.
the
I know what you
creep.
mean. So by the time they get down to the other base, the spawn times are so low that they're able to get those supports back up and they can't really push. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. You wrapped it up very nicely. Thanks, Rock. um,
And also they're just getting pushed back again. So it's quite slow to push, and they don't have all that much durability. They bait Burn to come into their base and team wipe them, but then they can't really capitalize on it.
It's those Mega Creep. The Mega Creep are pushing back so hard. Like, even though that's what's slowing the push so much, I just realized that. The Mega Creep are working. That's what happens when you take racks. Your creep gets stronger.
Yeah, that's right. And these guys aren't messing around. They're just going to come back down again. They've got all the ultis up, every single one of them, and they're just going to smash down these barracks. So watching out for Burn. They're really coming in hot now, and it's going to take everything from next level to kind of repel this team fight. Because you've got wards, you've got this Veno's actually doing a lot of work with that Blink Dagger. He's getting in their faces and scaring a lot of people off.
Yeah, they're mounting the high ground again. Could they be going for mid towers this time, or are they going to go for? But we see the DP ult. BKBs are up again, and it looks like the Chain Frost is bouncing around. People are dying so quickly. AA was out but so is Outworld Devourer. Nyx Assassin is down. Buyback from the Nyx Assassin though. We got a Blade Mail going on. We got Mirana going down. Oh no, she's not going to go down. Weaver's going to try as he might.
She's eaten, and he got to go back up.
Oh man.
I
I don't know what's happening.
Still got to try and get out. Quick, go!
Weaver!
Weaver! Behind out of there.
Weaver, run! Oh, that was like a totally even that was trades. But I think Burn technically won that because they took out the OD and the Mirana. So
And they took out some more of those Pestilent buildings too, so they're just wailing away. This Venom's in a lot of trouble.
Venomancer could be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to go down. That Blade Mail doing some serious work. That damage. But Weaver's going to pick off that Timbersaw. Timbersaw is going to go down, but he's still... And so is Nyx. Nyx is in trouble. Weaver is out of mana, though. He just can't... Nope, it's not going to happen. But we got AA ult coming in. Beep, boom! And Nyx is going to be going down. Bye-bye, Nyx.
Gone.
AA. What a snipe. 4 people are down. Weaver is trying as hard as he can to push. I think they're trying to go for towers here. They're just going to try and go for towers. That's what they can do. Looks like we do have Glyph up as well, so next level does have a little bit of time before something can happen, but they're going to back out. They just couldn't do it. It just wasn't.
I just quickly draw your attention to the Ancient here on the Dire side. If you have a look at these towers, they've got frost armor on them. It's the new pattern.
Oh yeah.
Frost armor on the towers. So that's pretty cool if you look after towers a little bit. If you want to mix that with living armor as well, I think you're going to have some pretty, strong towers.
I'm thinking about something, but that has nothing to do with this game, so we'll chat later, Rock.
We'll chat later.
We'll chat later.
Watch out, all those in pub stop land.
Anyway, things have slowed down a little bit, so we all know what that means. It is time for another quick look at some graphs.
I'd like to make a graph of how many graphs you look at.
Hey, it's important. People need to know.
It is important. It's a visual representation.
So let's look at gold. It's even. I mean, Burn still has the advantage technically with 2,500 gold, but that's nothing. I mean, really, that's really nothing at the scale of this game. It really means nothing. It's even. But let's take a look at experience. Next level still has 10,000 experience ahead. But look at where that arrow's going. It's going back in Burn's direction. So, but next level still has the levels on them. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that drop there represents just that last fight that just happened, when the AA took out the Nyx, and the Weaver went a bit nuts and took out three of them, and so that was a really big fight for Burn. And as you can see, they made up about 4,000 EXP from that one fight.
Yeah, definitely. Whew. This is we have another pause in the game, so you know what that means. Rock, talk to me. What are you thinking about next level? What are you thinking about Burn? What do you think's gonna happen here? You need throw me some Dota theory. Come on.
Well, okay, so it's even in kills basically, 38 to 39. It's a little bit in the way of map control, or definitely the map control is in the way of Burn. Um, but their ability now to be efficient and try and farm up the map is going to be less than what the next level could put out. So they're actually starting to kind of be a little bit more efficient with their farming. So this this is that time. We are right on tenterhooks. This is the time where the game could go either way, and we actually saw it. That depending on what happens with the OD ulti and whatnot, that that's a real game changing element. So I think Burn are equally as worried, and that's why they just keep coming in and try and nail down these towers. They know if they can get these two towers down, well then they can just go on racks. That means that Death Prophet's got her teleport boots. Weaver will probably won't get teleport boots, but he can sneak in there. And if you have any of these hard hitting characters that can damage buildings, well then they can backdoor your ancients. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to do. They're Burn is trying to, for the love of God, please finish off these towers. We've just got to get this done. I'm sure that's the kind of vibe that would be going on in their little cockpit at the moment. And I think we've got a go coming out from Morana and DP. So we're off. We're off and running, and this is where it comes down to. This is
Yeah, looks like we did get a little bit of a cutout from you, Rock. So
Oh, sorry, I'm back.
okay.
Um, I was just saying, yeah. So we've got big smoke gang here. So yeah, both teams still teaming up. Timber's actually just got a couple of necro books. I think he's actually got the necro book 3. So that is going to help the next levels push, because as you pointed out, their push is very slow and a little bit limited. So one big luxury item out for Timbersaw might help, but if Burn can get this smoke gank off, if they can kill perhaps the Timbersaw, Morana, or the OD, then they're in a good position, because this Weaver's not weak. This Weaver's really starting to cut it as well as a carry. He's got a heart, he's got a BKB, he's got Desolator, and it looks like he's going for a Butterfly too, possibly. He's got the evasion, so
Looks like we're picking up Roshan again. Roshan, buddy, I'm sorry, bro. You've been dying so much, and
just well done.
I mean,
Leave him alone.
I mean, I could maybe start a new hashtag or something on Twitter and just be like hashtag poor Roshan.
Roshan. Yeah, animal rights for Roshan.
Oh man, I'm gonna do that anyway.
What I was gonna say, yeah. So this Weaver is punching really hard, and she's got that talisman as well. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be picking up a butterfly very, very soon. Now that was the fourth Rosh that's just gone down too. So another team's going out there, and they're in a good position. And instead of going
Oh,
for the
but
other
look
tower,
at the Marana arrow coming in and a Lich ult
wow.
coming in as well. Big OD, OD's got his BKB up. He's going in. They're hitting as hard as they can. We got a big Venomancer ult as well. People are going down though. Death Prophet is going down. She buys back. She's gonna get up there. Wow, that was a really hard breath. And yeah, it's just. Oh, but we got Aegis being popped up.
Marana, another stun. That's amazing, man. She's got two
Marana,
massive stuns on that
she's
Weaver.
just Weaver has got Weaver's just he doesn't even care. He's just gonna go after the racks. But we got a glyph going on the racks. The racks are slowly going down. We got a big push going in. The tower is gonna go down. We got arrow coming in. Weaver is gonna get out of there. Blade mail on the Timbersaw though, but Weaver's just gonna keep hitting the towers a little bit. And Timbersaw is gonna go down as well. We got buyback from the Timbersaw. This could be it. This is it. We could be seeing there. The racks are down on the bottom lane. The high ground has been mounted. This is it. This is it. This is game. The mid tower is slowly going down. Timbersaw is going in. He's going in. He's trying to blade mail up as much as he can, but he's not going to be able to tank everything. He's going to go down as well. And that's it. That's GG, guys. Team Burn. Oh my god.
What a fantastic game. Very long game, very drawn out game, but good job both sides. Big congratulations to Burn.
Oh man, that was a game. My god. It was an hour-long game. Team Burn finally getting it together and being able to mount the high ground and push to the win. Next level, unfortunately, just they were holding it so good too, but they just couldn't deal with the push.
Yeah, that was close though. That was really close. So that looks like Burn is going through, and they're going to be into the next round, aren't they? So when we come back, I think we'll be following Burn, won't we, Scappy?
Yeah, it looks like we'll be following Burn, so everyone stay tuned. This is 4State, Scap from 4State. Join me as Rock. Remember to check us out on Twitch. We also have a Facebook. I also recently got a Twitter, so check me out on at Scap TV. So I'll start tweeting things. But yeah, we'll see you guys next game.
Next game, yeah. So this is best of ones for the Dota pits, and the fighting's still to come. See you later.